Welcome to the 9th week in the life of a period vlog, is that right? So according to the Eve app, I'm due my period. I totally forgot about it. I feel great. I've had no PMS. I don't know why I feel so good. I've been in a really good mood today and yesterday, and I don't know why, so I'm thinking maybe that's to do with the period. I don't know. Maybe tonight something will happen and I'll just snap. I don't know. It's Friday. I'm excited. I'll update you when something actually happens because you don't want to hear me talking about all this stuff. I've just been a run. It was a really bad idea. I don't know why I went to run. It's ridiculously windy and I think I'm dying. But anyway, I literally just tweeted, right, that I had a debate in my last period vlog about Trump. I had a debate with somebody. I've kept tweeting about it, and then the person thanked me for the debate and I thanked him back, and it was just so polite and nice. And then at the same time as this was going on, I was sobbing while watching a Try Not to Cry challenge by the Fine Brothers. At the same time as that, I tweeted about this whole situation and the fact I hadn't had my period yet, and then it came. It just magically came at that moment, so I've got my period now. But I feel really like sad because I'm not going to name names because I don't want to encourage any crap, but a girl I know on YouTube posted a video about feminism and I thought it was a really nice, respectful video. I agreed with it. Some big YouTuber that always takes other people's videos and dissects them and then encourages other people to leave hate comments. He doesn't do this himself, but the fact he's making these videos does encourage other people to go on the other people's channels and leave these horrible comments. So she's now receiving death threats. There's just no need for it. She did nothing to deserve these horrible comments, and these people are just so sad, the fact that they go out their way to look for these types of videos and these types of comments, or like these types of tweets, and just sit and search them just so they can have an argument and tell people that feminism's cancer. Like, get a life. I literally just had somebody on my channel, they said that they were going to make it their goal to dislike all of my videos, and it made me laugh so much because they're wasting their time. Like, I have 252 videos, like, good luck, why run? But anyway, I thought I'd check in and let you know that I've got my period, and I'm going to be wearing pads throughout this entire cycle just so I can see if my cramps are better without anything in me whatsoever. So here we go. So I'm just quickly vlogging before I jump into my next shift. I've got a couple of minutes, but I just grabbed lunch quickly because I don't have a break today. But my cramps are so bad and I've only got a pad on. I mean, they're not unbearable, but they're like every so often I'm like, it's sore. Oh my god, it's like a day of sitting, you know, so it's like I just want to walk about and or go for a bath. That would be great, but I've got 4 hours left. Oh, well, it's 25 to 1, so I'm working till 5. I can't talk. I've got pure period brain today. I thought I'd update you on my cramps. I'm on my work break and I've not been vlogging because I am dying. I went to Fraser's last night and my cramps were just so bad. And bear in mind, I've not been wearing anything. So apart from a pad, so I've not had anything inside me, like a tampon or a cup, nothing. And my cramps have still been bad. And I think they've just been the same as they were when I had those things in. I think if I did have a tampon in, I would have blamed the cramps on that. So it can't be, it just must be my period. Last night it was so heavy. The shining moment times 10 happened and it was so heavy and it was just and today it's the same, so I've got a tampon in today. The pain hasn't heightened or anything, it's just the same. I don't know if I can actually blame tampons and whatever for the pain that I've been getting, but this is going to be the first week in the life of a period abroad. I'm going to Prague on Friday and I'm definitely going to have my period for Prague, which is great. It's like always when you've got something on. Tomorrow will be the last day in Scotland and then the next part of the vlog will be in Prague with Amy, so that's exciting. I'm really looking forward to it, but it's just extra to pack, like pads and all that, so I'm just going to pack pads and tampons. I'm not bringing the cup, I'm just going to stick to this just now. Cramps are pretty bad, wind is pretty bad. The wind outside's pretty bad as well. We've got Storm Doris. Welcome to Storm Doris. Well, my next shift's 5 hours and it's just all sitting down. I'll catch up with you later. I didn't vlog last night. All I did was go home, edit and go for a bath. Cramps are finally away. Yesterday they were there like all day. I think I had them for 2 days. I've just been wearing pads. Today my period's heavy, but it's not as heavy, so it's like, it's alright just to wear a pad and it's not flowing out of me like it did the last 2 days. Tomorrow morning I'm going to Prague. I'm so excited. I've got badminton tonight. Storm Doris is upon us. It's pure, the weather's awful. I woke up this morning, car was covered in snow.
pouring a rain. Which means the school kids aren't about from the last video. If you saw the last week in the life of a period vlog, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I feel much better today, no cramps, periods later. I can deal with this if it's like this in Prague. I'm officially off for a week. What is this? I'm so excited.
I'm in Prague. I don't know how to start this. I never vlogged last night because, what did I do last night? I went to badminton and I just like had to pack and all that for Prague, so I never really got much time to vlog it, and still have my period but I've just been wearing pads. It's still here but it's not that heavy and I don't have any cramps or anything, so I can't really tell that I've actually got it. We're just getting ready and we're just about to head out to get dinner. So I've not really done period vlogging this whole trip because it's just been fine. It's been no effort whatsoever. I've just been wearing pads. I took my final pad off there because I feel like it's gone, and that's me. So as soon as we leave Prague, it's like leaving, which is great. I've not even felt like it's been there. It's been really, really light since we landed in Prague. My moods have been fine, apart from when I cried when Ghostbusters came on in the pub. Ghostbusters is on and I cried. I'll see you when I get home. I'm not long up. Obviously, I've just been crying. I thought I'd put this in this just because of the whole emotional side of things and anxiety and all of that, but I just replied to an email about speaking at a blogger conference, and I get asked to be a speaker or run a workshop, and the thought of doing either of those things makes me so nervous, like terrified. I said yes because I was like, I can't pass up on an opportunity like that, but at the same time I can't think of anything worse. I've not publicly spoken since I did a public speaking. See what I mean? I can't even speak normally, never mind in public. I've not publicly spoken since I did a public speaking competition in P6 of primary school, and I was really confident back then. I was like, woo, I can speak in front of everyone. Now, no. The point is, I said yes to speaking at a public conference in June. I'm actually ill. Like, when I said yes, I was crying, I was shaking, I couldn't stop shaking earlier, and I shat my guts up. I'm not gonna lie, my stomach is just, oh, it's in bad form, man. It's really, really bad. I've calmed down a bit now, obviously. Just the thought of speaking in front of people. Oh, if anyone's publicly spoken, can you just give me tips on, and I'm not going to picture everyone naked because that's just going to make me more nervous. I don't want MD I know there because that just makes me even more nervous as well, so I don't want any support from people I know. I don't want anyone there. That's a thing that I thought I'd update you on. My period's also gone, but I feel like it's going to come back with all this excitement. God knows what I'd have been like dealing with this on my period or when I had PMS, like imagine. Look at these like under eye circles because I've just been crying. Do you know, believe it or not, none of these are actual spots. They're just marks from where I had spots. How do I get rid of that? Is there like a serum or something I can use to get rid of spot scars? Because I don't actually have any spots right now. This is kind of spotty. The rest is just red marks. What do I do? So, little update on the anxiety thing. I'm just back from a meeting. After that whole thing where I got the email about being a speaker on a panel for a conference, on the same day I got an email from, I don't know if I can put this in, but I got an email from, if I can't put it in I'll just leave it just now, but I got an email from Something Exciting. They asked me to come in and meet with them today. I got the email and the same day I replied to that other email about being a speaker. I was a bit like already like and I was like, what is going on? So yesterday I was totally ill, like I was just making myself ill. Anxiety, I was really bad actually. I had a really bad nervous stomach, so I was like all day. I had to go into work and hand in expenses, and then I had to go and visit my boss, and I'm fine with my boss, like he's cool. We got a new boss and he's like totally fine and chilled and cool, but for some reason I was a nervous riot, and I think it's the whole authoritative figure thing. I'm always like that with people of authority, but there's no reason to be like that with him. But for some reason I still mixed up all my words. It was really, really bad. And then I was worried about this meeting today, and then eventually I went to the meeting. I was a bit shaky and sweaty, but I acted confident and it went really well. And there's exciting stuff coming, by the way. It's so stupid, but it's not, but it is at the same time. Like, there's no reason for me to be this anxious about things. Well, I was more nervous last night and all day yesterday, but then today when I woke up I was alright, and then I went to the meeting and I was fine. Sometimes I was mixing words up and talking a load of rubbish, but it was overall fine. Tomorrow I've got this like vlogger event thing tomorrow during the day, tomorrow morning, and it's just like a tour of like Glasgow Cathedral and stuff, but I was more nervous for that at the start, and then now like that's a doddle compared to like all the other stuff that I'm doing. I'm fine now. If anything else comes up, I'll be like, oh, it's all good, it's all good. Bye. So the last vlog that I uploaded was full of a lot of drama. And this one wasn't as full of drama as that one was, but it was cool to take the period out of the country. And it was actually a really easy period. The cramps were a bit of a nightmare the first couple of times, but otherwise, no bother. So I'm going to go over some of your comments from the last video, and if you want to feature in the next week in the life of a period vlog, leave a wee comment down below and we'll discuss it in the next one. First comment's from Jess Powell, and it says, I started my period at the beginning of 6th grade. It was terrible. I wore this really pretty skirt with a rose print on it, bled through it during math class, and one of the girls in my class poked fun at me for ages about it. Awful experience that created more of a stigma around having my period. No wonder there's a bloody, pun intended, stigma surrounding periods for you if people were making fun of you. Like, that's what I hate, right? Especially when it's girls that do this kind of thing, because we all go through it. If that happened to that girl, guaranteed she wouldn't have done that to you. So it just sucks that we all go through it and we all have these things that happen, but something embarrassing happens to somebody else, people will make fun of it, even though it could happen to them and they don't know what it feels like, but it could potentially happen to them. These things happen, it's normal. No, so no wonder they have a bit more of a stigma for you. But I hope that goes away. I hope that's not as much of a thing now as it was then. Foxy Beck says, I really appreciate that you blog about periods. Why should it be a hush-hush situation when over half the population has them? I'm 39 and I've never used the cup. I feel a little weird with the removal bit. How did you get used to it? Well, as you saw from the menstrual cup video, removing it for the first time was a pure nightmare. Like, it was like a murder crime scene. It was awful. It literally is just practice makes perfect. The more that you get used to it, then the easier it becomes, and you know exactly what to do. You know exactly where to put your finger to get it out. You're supposed to like put your finger in and poke the side a little bit so the suction's released, so that it's not suction to the walls of your vagina anymore. So I just put a finger in, break the suction, and then just do this and sort of try and move it down the way until the end pops out and I'm able to like, those noises are really what happens. You do just get used to it eventually. Emily says, with the poo cramps, it's because of the hormone that causes the uterus cramps. This hormone causes the contraction of the uterus to shed the blood, and if your body produces an excess of this hormone, then it can spread to the colon and cause your colon to contract and cause the feeling of needing to move your bowels. Love your vlogs. Thank you. In the last video, this is why, one of the comments was my friend Louise. She said about how you always feel like you need to poo, and I was like, I wonder why that is. So that's why Emily's commented this, and that is so interesting. I didn't know that. So there you go. Cheers, Emily, for your insight. Courtney says, this was great. Thank you. Your honesty is so refreshing. I just wanted to comment on the spot problem because I finally found a solution for mine and I'm spreading it like the gospel. I started using this Lush soap called Coalface every day and night. It sucks literally everything out of your pores, so you definitely need to follow it up with a facial moisturiser. I use Aveeno, but it's seriously the only thing that's helped my acne in years. It's also pretty inexpensive considering how long it lasts. Worth a shot maybe. And this is great advice because anything that people say does that kind of thing, I'm going to be jumping on it. I think I'm going to try it. I could maybe put that in the next week in the life of a period vlog. I'm going to try it and see if it works. Thanks, Courtney. Barry said, you upload this video on the day my second daughter, she'll be 12 this year, gets her first sit, and I had absolutely no idea what to say to her or whether I should be saying anything at all. I mean, I don't even know whether it actually means anything. Her mum is away today. See, us men have absolutely no idea. I love this comment because it's cool that it's good that you're actually showing an interest in your daughter. Something like a tiny little spot can be such a huge thing to somebody that age. And for me, when I was that age, if I got my first spot and I was freaking out or whatever, I would love if people just pretended they couldn't see it, and if my family just didn't even acknowledge it, that would be good, because then it wouldn't feel like it was such a big thing, you know. Maybe, or maybe nobody's noticing it, maybe it's not actually that big. So that's just what I think. But anybody else, leave your advice for Barry in the comments below. People did leave a couple of good comments to him anyway, and he said that his daughter wasn't even bothered anyway. But yeah, so that is this week's life, week in the life. Yeah, that's this week's life. Oh my god. So yeah, that's this week's life. That's this week's secret. What am I talking about? So that is this week's. So that is this month's week in the life of a period vlog. Thanks for watching and commenting and all that stuff. Can't talk today at all. You can follow me on all my social media. I'll link everything down below. Don't forget to leave a comment if you want to feature in the next one. And yeah, thanks very much for watching and I'll see you later. Bye.